Members are planning to speak out tonight about the woman behind the wheel of that dramatic chase on Capitol Hill.
Miriam Carey. She was shot and killed after trying to ram through a barricade at the White House and leading police on a chase through Capitol Hill. Her one-year-old daughter was in the car at the time but was not hurt, and now relatives say Carey suffered from postpartum depression and was delusional, thought the federal government was watching her, and that President Obama was communicating with her. Those new details could shed some light on a motive. But tonight, there are also new questions about the response after police opened fire 26 times on a woman who had no gun. Shomari Stone is at the News 4 Live desk with the suspect's family, expecting to hold a news conference within the hour. Shomari?
Good evening, Wendy and Jim. That news conference is supposed to take place outside the victim's sister's home in Brooklyn, New York. Now, here's a live picture as we wait to hear from them. Now, moments ago, the attorney came outside and talked to the media, stating that, hey, the family's going to come out and talk to you. He went back inside. Now, earlier today, Miriam Carey's relatives were here in D.C. They walked inside the medical examiner's office to identify and claim her body and take her daughter back home. Now, as this family mourns, we're learning more about the moments leading up to yesterday's chaotic scene. Tonight, we're learning more about what led up to 34-year-old Miriam Carey being shot yesterday after a high-speed car chase from the White House to the U.S. Capitol. Police and federal agents searched her condo in Stamford, Connecticut, talked to her relatives, and found out she had been diagnosed with depression and psychosis. She had recently stopped taking her medications. Yesterday, they say she drove directly from Connecticut to one of the security checkpoints on the White House grounds, smashing into temporary fencing, reversing, and hitting a Secret Service officer, causing minor injuries. She speeds away, driving at one point up to 80 miles an hour up Pennsylvania Avenue to the Capitol. As they approached her car, she jammed it into reverse, striking a patrol car and again speeding away. Police say officers and the Secret Service fired 9 shots, but she kept driving, looping around the traffic circles up to the Capitol building with bullet holes on the passenger side door. She stopped at the other side of the Capitol from the White House and backed into this police guard booth. This is where officers say they fired 17 shots. Only afterward did they discover that her one-year-old child was in the car unharmed. Chuck Wexler runs the Police Executive Research Forum. He told NBC News' Pete Williams that police are trained not to shoot at fleeing cars, but around the White House and Capitol, he says there's a constant worry about car bombs.
You have improvised device, you have terrorism. Policing in Washington, D.C. is a lot more complicated. They have to protect the U.S. Capitol and the White House. They're concerned about terrorism.
Now, we'll continue to monitor the news conference. You're looking at a live picture there in front of the relatives of Miriam Carey, and we're going to bring you this news conference when it happens from the live desk. I'm Shomari Stone, News 4.